This is a video on putting cylinder packs in a C11 engine. If you haven't seen cylinder packs before, they're just a piston with a con rod put inside the liner for you to make installation a lot quicker. You don't have to worry about doing your piston stagger and putting your liner in first and then using a ring compressor to compress your piston ring down and put it into the liner. You can just drop your liner and everything in one go and bolt it to your crank. It's a hell of a lot easier. It comes in a box like this. You open the box, you pull it out. I pulled this one out of the liner because I had to take the liner to the machine shop because I wanted to sit a liner in there and get the deck height right, make sure that was right. The piston stagger comes already set for you. This one's moved around a bit, but it's 120 degrees away from, and it's not facing the thrust side or the gudgeon pin side. So I had to put this one back in the liner, but the rest of them we just dropped them straight into the block. It comes with a little blue O-ring in the box too. There's nothing to put in that on. You just put it down over the bottom side of the liner and put it in its groove. Con rod caps are the fractured style. This is inside the block where the liner O-ring will sit. This is what we used to use. This stuff's gone out of date. It's separated. It's assembly lubricant P80 grease. This one's a liquid. Couldn't buy that anymore in Australia. Apparently it's been discontinued. So this is another type of rubber grease. You just need to put a non-mineral rubber grease or tire grease on your O-ring for these. Anything with mineral oil, they reckon it perishes the O-ring. Once you got your O-ring on and you greased up, I greased the bore and the liner, you slide it in. I always put the journal on the crank. I always face it far away when I put these in, that way I can install this and then worry about dragging the rod to the crank because I don't want to hit it while I'm trying to install it. I got someone helping me. It's a lot easier if someone's helping you, but it's not impossible to do it on your own. This is a liner tool we made just out of scrap steel from the boneyard. If you want to see a video on that, comment below. It's pretty straightforward. You push the liner in till the flange is just above the block and then you just push it straight in. It shouldn't fight you. If it does, it's probably crooked and you need to realign it. So this is a bolt to go under the head where the head bolts go, and it's got a fibre washer and then a steel washer. I always put these in because when you go to rotate the crank and when you put the con rod onto the crank, as you rotate it, they can pop the liner out, and it's just a root. So I always put a bolt in when I put a liner in. That way I know the liner's not coming out, and I can work away on this side. So piston pack installed, bolt in, pull the con rod towards the journal and keep it just off the journal so you can slide your bearing around for the upper side of the con rod. Con rod cap, bearing installed. In the crank installation video I was talking about the bolt lube we use. This one's just Loctite metal free anti-seize mixed with engine oil. You just mix it to a consistency where it'll run off just like that, and that's the right consistency. And you lube your threads up and the top of the bottom of your head of your bolt anywhere that it turns so that you get a nice even torque. And I just wipe a bit off because you don't want it drowning in there. It's not necessary. And there you go. That one's ready to go. Don't mix your con rod caps up because when they're a fractured style, they're specific to that con rod, and you'll see that they've got etched numbers and little squares there so that you don't mix them up when you're putting them on, because could be easy for you to mix them up. And the numbers, like that C11 written on that cap, they're facing towards the front of the engine on the left side. So we've torqued our cap bolts to 130 Newton meters and we paint them to do our 60-degree turn. We do our 60-degree turn. Our bolts are ready to take out. we put plastic gauge in there. We've got the right size. I think it was 2 to 5 on this one, somewhere in the middle. I moved the cap a bit when I was putting it in, so I think that's why it squished funny. The rest of them were pretty sweet. So our big end journal is good. We know we're using the right bearings. So now it's time to take the bearings out and lube them with assembly grease. You don't want to get any assembly grease on the back of the bearing. So what I do, and you can't mix these up, they can go either side. They've got the same part number, not like the mains where one was an upper and one was a lower. So that's more than enough assembly grease. So the way I do it is I stick the bearing onto the journal. It's a bit hard doing this with one hand while I'm holding the camera, but anyway, if you get any grease or that, wipe it off the back, push it around and put it in place. There we go, and that's done. Grease your cap side, place that on, make sure you've got the right orientation, you've got the H numbers and the squares on one side, so we know we put the cap on right. Bolts go back in. I'm tightening the bearing tab side first and then the other side. I'm just running these bolts in with the rattle gun, I'm not hammering them home. Tighten the bolts to 130 Newton meters using a torque wrench and then do the 60-degree turn, and that cap is done. And that's it, piston pack is installed. Give it a turn with a bar, should turn nice and freely. If you like this video, click and subscribe. There's more rebuild videos on this C11 to watch in the playlist. Cheers guys.